Welcome. This video will be about the difference quotient. The difference quotient is the slope of a line that goes through a nonlinear function. The line that goes through the nonlinear function is called the secant line. The difference quotient is generated by the slope formula. Take a look at the figure to the right. You'll see that we have a nonlinear function called f of x with a line going through that touching the function at two different points. If we generate the slope formula using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we substitute the ordered pairs that's located right in the figure, we would get a slope of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by x plus h minus x. Therefore, the difference quotient is going to be the ratio of f of x plus h minus f of x all divided by h. There are three steps in evaluating the difference quotient. Step 1 is to find f of x plus h. Step 2 is to take f of x plus h and subtract the original function. Note in step 2, any term that does not contain an h variable should be eliminated. And in step 3, take step 2, take f of x plus h minus f of x and divide it by h. Let's go ahead and construct and simplify the difference quotient for the function f of x is equal to 7x minus 5. So using the three steps from before, first I need to find out what f of x plus h is. And that means that everywhere you see an x, you plug in x plus h. And simplify. Step 2, take f of x plus h that we found in step 1 and minus it from the original function. Make sure you put parentheses around the original function of 7x minus 5. Majority of the time, what should happen is that anything that doesn't contain an h should get canceled out. Step 3 is to take step 2, f of x plus h minus f of x, and divide it by h. So the slope of the secant line would be 7. Let's go ahead and construct and simplify the difference quotient for the function 4x squared minus 9x minus 3. Step 1 is to find out what f of x plus h is. That is, for everywhere you see an x, you replace it with x plus h. Remember, to square a binomial means we're going to multiply it to itself. So the squaring of x plus h should end up being x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Step 2 is to take f of x plus h and subtract from the original function. Making sure you put the original function inside of parentheses. distribute the parentheses, and combine like terms. The 4x squared should cancel, the 9x's should cancel, and the 3 should cancel. Finally, in step 3, is to take step 2, f of x plus h minus f of x, and divide it by h. You want to individually divide h into each term, and that would give you the slope of the secant line being the expression 8x plus 4h minus 9. For the next problem, let's go ahead and construct and simplify the difference quotient for the function f of x is equal to 2x plus 3 divided by 5x minus 4. This problem is going to be done slightly different. I'm still going to find out what f of x plus h is. And that simplifies to be 2x plus 2h plus 3 over 5x plus 5h minus 4. And I'm going to do this problem slightly different because it is a fraction, where instead of doing steps 2 and 3, I'm going to combine them at one time. So I want to take f of x plus h, minus it from the original function, and then divide it by h. The reason why I want to do that is because I want to construct a complex fraction, which is a fraction within another fraction. And then I want to multiply all terms by the LCD of 5x plus 5h minus 4 and 5x minus 4 to every single term. By multiplying everything by the least common denominator, it allows me to get rid of the complexity of this fraction by having the first denominator get canceled out, leaving the quantity 2x plus 2h plus 3 times 5x minus 4. The second denominator gets canceled out, leaving the quantity of 2x plus 3 times 5x plus 5h minus 4. All that being divided by h, 5x plus 5h minus 4 times 5x minus 4. From there, let's just simplify the numerator. With the trinomial and the binomial being multiplied in each part of the numerator, and the negative sign being distributed throughout the second bracket, we would combine like terms, and notice that the 10x squareds go away, the 8x goes away, the 15x goes away, and the 12s. So that would give us a numerator of 20xh minus 23h. And the last step would be kind of step 3, to divide by the h's. And the simplest thing to do is to factor the h out of the numerator. After you factor the h out of the numerator, you should be able to cancel the h on top and the h on bottom to give you the difference quotient of 20x minus 23 over 5x plus 5h minus 4 times 5x minus 4.